Alright guys, we're at Teesside for the very first test day in the 370. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty nervous for this because we've obviously built it like really slowly over like the last year and a half. And as such, there's a lot of opportunity for things to have been missed. Like, you know, did we tighten all the bolts up on the Wisefab kit that we installed like a year ago? Fuck knows. Obviously I've checked everything I can check, but there's some stuff that's really hard to reach, some stuff that I've just missed or forgotten. So yeah, it's very temporary at the moment as well. Like, as you can see in here, complete mess, very temporary, because like I explained in the last video, it's only going to do like 2 practice days basically, and then we're going to be gutting the whole thing, putting the 350 engine in it and the turbos, doing a full custom wiring loom and everything. So yeah, it's all very temporary. I have got the fiberglass rear hatch painted and on as well, and with the new polycarb window in. No idea if that's going to be waterproof at the moment because I just slapped some silicone on it last night. Didn't get this thing finished until 1 o'clock last night, by the way. So that's another reason it's probably going to be like stuff not quite right with it. I'm going to be kind of amazed if it survives these first few laps of drifting. Especially because when I took it out for a little test drive last night just to bed the diff in, the noises coming from the rear end are horrific. Now we have got solid rear mounts everywhere, like solid diff mounts, solid subframe mounts, solid transmission mounts, which I don't have all of those on the 350. Some of them are poly, some of them are still stock. So there are going to be a lot more noises than I'm used to, but even so, some of it just sounds horrific. So yeah, I'm going to be really nervous on these first couple of laps. I'm going to take it pretty steady, just see what the car's like. Obviously I've never driven a car with Wisefab on before either, so no idea what that's going to be like. So yeah, for anyone who didn't see the last video and doesn't know what like the state of this car, it's currently got the stock VQ37 engine in. We've got a few upgrades, like upgraded radiator and an oil cooler and CAS 2A diff, solid mounts, all the stuff that I mentioned, lightweight flywheel, upgraded clutch, all that stuff. But yeah, for the most part, power-wise, it's pretty standard. It has been mapped by Mark at Abbey Motorsport. Yeah, I'm gonna go and do some logging for him now, actually, because not being able to drive it on the road means I haven't been able to actually like log anything other than just revving it at idle or in gear on the lift. So I've kind of rigged the laptop up down there with some cable ties and it's logging from the OBD port. Just going to do like a warm-up lap to start with, like not actually drift, just get everything warm. God, it feels slow. It feels so slow compared to what I'm used to. Jesus. I'm like waiting for the turbos to kick in, and they never do. Okay, we got a little slide there. God, the steering feels heavy. Steering feels real heavy. Here's Kenny. You might remember Kenny from me crashing into his passenger side door, well, Luke's passenger side door when he was in the passenger seat. That right there is the same guy. Transition at all. Fuck it, it's going to take some getting used to this car, Jesus Christ. I think I'm not really using the throttle properly because I'm so used to the way the turbos like kick in and I only having to be like sort of half throttle for that. I'm giving it half throttle here and be like nothing's happening, and then realising that there's still a load more throttle left and I need to actually give it a lot more. Yeah, it's weird, man, drifting a car that doesn't have turbos now. I got so used to it. Like when we're going down the straight, I put my foot down, I was like, what, is there something wrong? There's no power? And then I'm like, oh no, it's just NA. It's just NA. Did have an issue last night where the fans on the radiator didn't kick in one time and the temps just got hotter and hotter and hotter until I turned the car off, turned it back on, and then they kicked in. So I'm really nervous of that happening while we're drifting.
A few moments later.
So the fans have turned off again. So the coolant temperature is getting real hot. What what's happened, we think, is the positive terminals in here have had a gap for some reason, because this pulled out really easily. And we also can't get them like back in properly either, so I don't know what that's all about. I guess just because everything's melted in there. But yeah, I think the positive terminals haven't been connected properly, so it's just been arcing between them. Right, so Tom, who you can see there on the left, very kindly lent me a load of wiring tools and stuff, because for some reason I didn't bring wiring shit with me. I don't know why I didn't think that might be a problem. And we've basically removed a connector that had melted, that's supplying the fans with power. So we've changed it now. The only way we could kind of do it, just to bodge it temporarily at the moment, is to make it so that one of the fans comes on. So we're going to just go get some heat into it now and just see if one of the fans does indeed come on now. Well, we've got an exhaust leak as well by the sounds of it. We've definitely got an exhaust leak. Play around and see how much angle we've actually got from this angle kit as well. Oh yeah, we've got one fan on. Cool. This is the wiring that we had to bodge. It'll do for now. I'm very grateful that Tom was here to give me a hand with that. I've definitely got to strengthen this hydro bracket because it's bending when I'm pulling it. I need to put some brackets coming off the bottom of it. I thought I might get away without having to do that, but turns out no. Oh, it's really starting to rain. Fuck. I hope you can hear that on camera. Oh, it sounds like a wet fart. I think it's leaking. It sounds horrible, doesn't it? I think it's just a gasket. Right, so we found out what's making the exhaust sound horrific. One of the bungs for the O2 sensors in the DCAT has come out. So like if you're not running the secondary O2 sensors, like I'm not, you can just put a bung in it, which is what I did. But that has fallen out, so it sounds like ass. There's not really a lot we can do about that. It's like 3:30 now, so I'm just going to get some more laps in, do some more logging for Mark, rather than pissing about trying to find a replacement bung for that. It's after the O2 sensors that we are using, so in theory it shouldn't make too much difference to anything, but in reality it probably will make it run a little bit weird. I'm sorry my car sounds like shit. To grips with this steering. It didn't feel as bad there, but then it's wet at the moment, so that kind of changes how everything feels. Yeah, it's weird, the entry is dry, but then after that, that first corner is still pretty wet. Come on, coolant, go back down. I know you've only got one fan to help you out, but you can do it. Come on, we have this problem enough in the 350, I don't need it in this fucking heap as well. Come on, stop, why are you staying the same? Go down. There we go, she's going down. Never doubted it. Never doubted it. Don't mind me, guys. Just checking some emails. Just checking some emails. Let's maybe turn this off. Can we turn this off? We can. It's shutting down. Good. Everyone's happy now. We're shut down. Now it can flap around to its heart's content. Can we do a burnout, do you reckon? Or is this thing too shit? We did a burnout yesterday in the unit, but that floor is slippery as shit, so... chicane. Oh my god, the steering's so fucking heavy. Jesus Christ. Okay, everything's getting a bit hot. We'll do a cool down lap. But yeah, it definitely feels very different to the 350 just because of the lack of power and the angle kit and everything. Like, feels very different. But I don't know, I can see myself getting used to it though. Like, it doesn't feel like horrible. Just the heavy steering is kind of odd. And like, I don't know, on transitions that's kind of making me do some weird stuff, but yeah, I think I can get used to it. It does smell really horrible as well, because we've basically got the decat there spewing exhaust gas straight out of that bung I mentioned, and a hole here for it to all come into the cabin. So probably getting some kind of carbon monoxide poisoning right now. Fucking hell, drift cars are fucking stupid, man. You can't turn around corners without... I'm literally not even doing anything! I'm just trying to get to work, and it's spinning out. The fuck? I feel like this is what the average person thinks every rear-wheel drive car is like. Like the amount of horror stories you hear from people when you first start looking at getting a rear-wheel drive car, and people, or a welded diff or anything like that, and people are like, "Oh, you got to be so careful." And it's like, no, you don't. Most rear-wheel drive cars, most normal road cars, you've got to be a fucking idiot to spin them out. Like I try my hardest to slide them, and they don't want to slide. So I don't know how people slide them accidentally. That sound, by the way, is the Wisefab kit grinding on the floor. Nice feature. Nice feature, that. Right, let's see if these logs have actually got what Mark wants in them. Oh, another bit of Wisefab kit just exited. Stage left. And we bent this some more. Fuck it out. And that's leaked some more. Good. All good things. Right, I've sent those latest logs off to Mark at Abbey. We'll see what he says. Now we're going to go do a few more laps. Oh no, my water bottle is out of reach. Mistakes were made. Oh, I hate that when you've got to undo your harness again. First world problems. Also, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this hydro, because none of the fittings are leaking now. I think it's literally coming out of the cap there, so I've done that mega tight this time. We'll see if that sorts it out, but it's doing my head in, because I spent ages painting some of this, and this brake fluid's just eating right through it all. Like, the whole idea of this car was for it to be a nice, clean, well-prepped car, and it's already going to have like patches of rust. Oh, I've got no sun visors. Fuck my life. Oh, the helmet's got one built in. Ah, that's the first time I've ever found a use for that. It's getting fucking warm in here. All that carbon dioxide, or whatever it is, carbon monoxide. What comes out of exhausts? Noise. Other than that, what comes out of exhaust? Carbon monoxide. Let's say monoxide, just one oxide. Yeah, it's starting to smell a bit, I'll be honest, in here. But we're not dead yet, nothing's set fire yet, so YOLO. Sort that handbrake mount out. It's kind of my own fault for making it out of aluminium for lightweight, yo. But it's very bendy. A lot more bendy than I realised. It's probably also why fluid has been splashing out of it so much today. It's because the whole thing's wobbling around so much. Yeah, we didn't piss any more fluid out, I don't think. We had a dry night. Well done. Oh, this thing's more fucking bent than your dad, though. Jesus Christ. Wow, that sound is horrific. Well, ignore it. getting greasy on the top of that first corner when you actually get up there. Sheesh. Suddenly started sliding, was like, what's going on? Thought I was going to get sucked off into the gravel. Yeah, when you get up towards there, it's just suddenly real icy. This whole bit's soaking wet as well. So I'm having to kind of guess what's going on with the grip every time I come into there. Other than that though, middle of October, considering it poured down with rain on the way here, I can't really complain. I want to actually get on a good line around this first corner. Feels like you're shagging the shit out of the car for gear around that last bit in an NA car. You have to just keep your foot pinned. Even gave it a little clutch kick there as well to try and help. Let a bit of the carbon monoxide out. Whew. It fucking stinks in here, man. I think it's a mixture of tyre smoke, probably some burning brake fluid, exhaust gas. Pretty sure I'm gonna have cancer by the end of the day. Right, I want to get to grips more with the transitions and the self-steer and stuff, and that one transition there doesn't seem great for it, so we'll try this track. Saved? Fucking hell! I've got so much lock. Oh, where are we going? It's got so much lock, it just catches you when you fuck up. I mean, I'm not saying I would have won every BDC event if I had Wisefab. I'd have at least won 7 of them though. I'm joking. I'm joking. This is not the problem with my driving, is that I needed an angle kit. It's just, it does save you a lot. I mean, I kind of want to let stuff cool down, but also there's no one here, so 3 laps. YOLO. Bad just ragging on NA cars. I don't know why. I think just because you're just hearing more, like you're just at the top of the revs a lot more often. Like in a turbo car, it just feels a lot more effortless. We've basically got this track to ourselves, but we need to do a cool down, so let's be sensible. Yeah, so far it's working okay, and I'm just trying to get used to how it transitions and how it drives and everything, so yeah, I'm not too worried about putting down like a good line or whatever. Am I going to get told off? I feel like I'm going to get told off. Seems like the kind of guy to tell me off. Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, okay, cool. No worries. That's why there was no one on it, because the circuit's closed. Makes a lot more sense. But yeah, I was just using the foot brake instead of the handbrake on that transition. It's like, it's not really any better. You're doing the same thing, but you just get less hate on the internet if you use your feet instead of your hands, apparently. What's this, and why is it on my wheel? Maybe that's what's melting. Probably is. We'll just tuck that buck up there. You want to do a twin, mate? No? Alright, good. Me neither. Does that look solid to you? I mean, it's a bit wobbly. This bumper's not really held on by anything more than hopes and dreams, but how much tyre have we got left? Because we've been on the same set of tyres all afternoon. Ah, that's hot as fuck. We got enough to finish the day off, I think. Oh, NA skids for the win. One set of tyres all afternoon. Why does it look like someone's taking a shit in my footwell? What is I standing? I don't know. Probably my own content. Wait. No more brake fluid leaks. Actually, we wouldn't know because I just stuffed that down there to catch it all, didn't I? Yeah, she's dry as a bone. She's drier than a nun's cunt. Probably shouldn't put that in a video, should I? Fuck it, no one watches this anyway. This vibrates a lot. I wonder if that footage is going to be any good. GoPro hyper smooth to the rescue, hopefully. Honestly, that is bouncing up and down like a blancmange on a bouncy castle. I don't fucking know. They were the two bounciest things I could think of, alright? Leave me alone. It's so warm. It's warmer than a blancmange on a bouncy castle. Right, we really need a cool down lap here because this is shit's getting spicy on the gauges. The old disco gauges are giving me some red light district down there. Oh, we're back. Everything and nothing's loose, and it doesn't drive like anything's loose, it just sounds like everything's loose. It's looser than a blancmange on a bouncy castle. But yeah, I think overall pretty successful. It's kind of annoying about that radiator fan connector, because like I tried to do it properly. Like a lot of people said, oh, just get like a super seal connector, and I was like, that's not really rated for quite high enough amperage. So I got like a big one that can handle like 50 amps, and it fucked me. Some ridiculous angle you can get without spinning out or without anything weird happening. It doesn't like over center. Like I was trying to spin out there and it just keeps going and going and going, and we're not even on like the maximum angle settings that you can put this kit on. That is mental, man. And yeah, like unlike the GK Tech kit I've got on the 350 that just feels horrible even though it's giving you some more angle, this feels, other than being heavy, other than that, it feels like steering should. Like the heaviness is definitely going to catch me out at some points, like with transitions and stuff. Like same with sending. Shut down. Why? Why you do this? I'm guessing that might have been fuel or something. So we're below half a tank, and these have a saddle tank, which is notoriously shit. Like, as we started to over rotate, I was trying to do a bit of a backy into that corner. As we started to do that, this guy's saying go again, but the tyres won't take it, pal. I don't think the car will take it, to be fair. Right, let's just spin out. Let's just see. How are we still going? I didn't give it throttle there to carry on because I thought it was going to cut out anyway, but I think that was pretty much the point where it would have spun out. But fuck me, on that first corner! I would have spun out about 10 minutes ago in the 350 there. That's mental, man. Like, I'm genuinely not saying, oh, because other people have Wisefab, that's why they do better than me, but this fucking must help a lot. Like, it could get you out of so many bad situations, and you've got so many more options. It's not even just the fact that it catches you, it's the fact that you've just got more options to like change your angle and then use the throttle to adjust where you're going. Okay. Okay. Right, well I think that'll probably do on that note, because it seems to be a little bit unhappy. Yeah, I think that'll do. Again, I'm guessing it's the fuel. That seems to always be the issue on these cars because of the saddle tank. Once you get below half a tank, it's a bit hit or miss whether you're going to get fuel sometimes. And we are on about a third of a tank, so now we've got to load the bitch back up onto the trailer and go home. But yeah, I think overall that was as successful as it could have been, really. I was convinced something more major was going to go wrong than just one wiring connector melting. I say it's really annoying because I went to the extra effort and time and tried to do it all properly, and I think what happened was in the connector where the two terminals meet for the positive, I think they weren't quite like meeting properly, so it was just arcing between them. Which is weird they didn't blow the fuse, but it melted the connector, so like on that positive side, so it's kind of got to have been that. But yeah, now I can use my bent handbrake and my line lock to actually have a handbrake. Such a novelty for me. But yeah, unless I find anything, like when I get home and get it up on the ramp and check stuff over, unless I find anything weird that I need to let you guys know about, I think we'll call that a success.